Hi everyone, my name is Kate, welcome back to my wondernetting channel, and today we're gonna add new crochet top in our summer collection, this checkered top. Summer is just around the corner and I wanted to make something easy, something quick and something cute enough to wear it on the beach. This top has that Pinterest summer tropical vibe. I don't know why, but it's really cute. As I said, this top is really easy to make, even a beginner can cope with this top, and you need not that much yarn as you may think. Also, I will tell how to adjust this top to any size. For example, today's top we're gonna crochet for size S, maybe XS. My bust circumference is 84 centimeters, so I think it's size S. Before we get into today's project, this cute summer top, I wanted to tell you about something I think you're really gonna love. This video is sponsored by Crochet, big thanks to them. Crochet is basically an online home for people like us, all of us who love make things with our hands. Whether you're into knitting, crochet, maybe sewing, painting, baking, or maybe even cake decorating, you definitely find something interesting there. There are over 2,000 different classes, seriously, all kinds of creative stuff for total beginners and for more advanced makers. I've personally been checking out their crochet and knitting classes and I learned some really useful techniques, and I've got my eye on some interesting project that I want to try next. They have a cool baking classes too, which I didn't expect, but now I want to make a cake. What I love most is that everything is taught through videos with step-by-step instructions, and the instructions are so clear and friendly. Plus, if you ever feel stuck or need inspo, there is a whole community you can connect with, like real people sharing their projects and ideas. And get this, they even have a live stream, so you can watch tutorials and hang out with other makers, with other crafters in real time. It's such a cozy and creative space which helps you to stay motivated and excited about trying new things. And Crochet is giving first thousands of you who click the link in the description or scan this QR code a year of premium membership for only $1.49. $1.49 for a whole year of classes and projects. Premium membership. This deal is only for new members, so if you haven't joined Crochet before, it's your chance. So scan this QR code or click the link in the description and start exploring. So if you love learning new crafty stuff like me, or maybe you just want to feel more inspired and creative, go join Crochet. It's a nice space to be a part of. And now let's back to this cute summer top. We will need about 135 grams of yarn. I'm using 100% cotton, a thin one, fine yarn, around 65 grams of pink and 70 grams of yellow. Mine is this pretty creamy shade. You'll also need 2.5mm hook, scissors and needle. The link to this yarn I'm using today I will leave in the description below this video. For size XS, I'm starting with a chain of 144 stitches. You can make more if needed. How do you calculate the number of stitches? One square is made up of 12 double crochets. I'm going to make 12 squares, so 12 times 12 equals 144 stitches. If you want to make your top bigger, you'll need to add 2 more squares or more. That means instead of 12, you'll make 14 squares or 16 squares or 18 squares. This way the pattern stays consistent. To make everything line up correctly, you need an even number of squares, and if you are making 12 double crochets per square, like I do, the total number of foundation chains should be divisible by 12. How do you know how many squares you need for your size? First, start by chaining 144 stitches, then take the chain and wrap it around your chest. It should sit loosely around your bust. If the chain doesn't meet in the back, add 24 more stitches, that's 2 extra squares. If it fits comfortably, you can stick with what you have. The chain should be a little loose around your chest. That's what will make the top fit nicely without feeling too tight. My chain is about 83-84 centimeters long. Now make sure your chain isn't twisted. We're going to join it into a round. So take your hook and insert it into the very first chain stitch. Slip stitch to join the round by pulling the yarn through the first stitch and then through the loop on your hook. Next, make chain of 3. This will count as your first double crochet. Then work 11 more double crochets in the next stitches. So yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pull it out, crochet first 2 loops, then 2 more. It's our double crochet. So work 11 double crochets, and since the first chain of 3 counts as 1, you'll have a total of 12 double crochets. For the last 12th double crochet, don't finish it completely. Leave the last 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to change colors. Take the new yarn and use it to finish off the double crochet by pulling it through the 2 loops. Leave a small tail so you can view it in later. Now start working 12 double crochets in the new color, pink in my case. Don't forget to crochet over the yellow yarn and the pink yarn tail as you go. Try to keep your stitches loose and don't pull the yellow yarn too tightly. This will help your squares stay flat and not pucker. Once you finish the 12th double crochet in pink, don't complete the stitch, leave the last 2 loops on your hook, then pick up the yellow yarn from underneath and be careful not to twist the 2 colors together. You can give the yellow yarn a gentle tug to keep it neat and use it to finish off the 12th double crochet. Now continue with 12 yellow double crochets, crocheting over the pink yarn as you go. Again, don't pull the carried yarn too tight, keep your tension relaxed so the squares stay flat. At the end of 12th yellow stitch, switch colors again the same way and finish the last yellow stitch with pink yarn, without twisting the 2 colors. Then continue with 12 pink double crochets, carrying the yellow yarn underneath. Repeat this process, changing color every 12 double crochets, all the way around your starting chain. At the very end of the first round, the last stitch, which in my case should be pink, is finished with yellow yarn. Then we join the round with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the starting chain 3. Here's what we got so far. Now chain 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. Without turning your work, continue with 11 more double crochets in yellow. I'm still crocheting over the pink yarn as I go, and don't pull the pink yarn too tight, just gently guide it along the base of your stitches. We'll change colors the same way as in the first round, finishing the 12th stitch with a new color and continuing on. Be careful not to twist the yarns together and keep going just like this, repeating the same color changes every 12 stitches. And here's how mine looks so far. You'll need to crochet 5 rows like this. Each square is made up of 5 rows. At the end of each row, join with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the starting chain, just like before, just like I showed you, and keep repeating the pattern row by row. As you can see, it's all super simple. I'll come back to you once it's time to switch the order of the squares, meaning when we'll start placing a yellow square on top of pink one. And don't worry if one color shows a little through the other. In my case, the pink might peek through the yellow a bit, and that's totally fine. It's a summer top and it's meant to have that kind of relaxed handmade vibe. Of course, you can make it look super clean with no colors showing through it all, but to be honest, that's pretty tricky for beginners. You'd have to cut the yarn each time and measure out the exact amount for every section. It's much better to let your top look like this. It shows that you made it yourself, and trust me, there's a special beauty in that. It's going to look lovely, and most people won't even notice the little color picks, I promise. So I've finished 5 rows, and now we're going to switch the order of the squares. To do that, the very last stitch, in my case it's pink, needs to be finished with pink yarn. So this time don't switch colors at the end, just finish the last stitch with pink and join the round with a slip stitch into the third chain using pink yarn. Now chain 3 and start working 11 double crochets in pink just like before. I'm still crocheting over the yellow yarn underneath. Everything stays the same, we're just swapping the color position now. Pink goes on top of yellow and yellow goes on top of pink. So we'll continue like this for 5 rows again. Each square still begin 5 rows tall. Work as many rows as you need this way, switching the position of squares, each 5 rows, to the height you want for your top. I'm going to make 4 squares in height, which means 20 rows total, 5 rows per square. The color changes and joining are exactly the same. For example, if you're ending a yellow square and starting a pink one, finish the last yellow stitch with pink yarn, so you're ready to start the next section in pink right away. Here are my 20 rows or 4 full squares. This is how it looks now, just like a simple tube top. At the end of the last round I joined it as usual, then made chain 1 and cut the yarn. Here's how the seam looks. It will be on the side of the top, not the back. Now we're going to start working on the straps. This is roughly how the top will look on me. I'm going to leave 2 squares under the arm, so there will also be 2 squares of space between the straps on the front and at the back. I start my first strap here, above a yellow square. I'll be working strap in pink yarn. So I attach the new yarn, make chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, and then work 11 more double crochets right on top of the yellow square, 12 in total. At the end, make chain 3 and turn your work, and since the chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, insert your hook into the second stitch right away and work 11 double crochets across. At the end of the row, don't forget to make the last double crochet into the top of the chain 3 from the previous row. Then chain 3 again, turn your work and repeat. Start your 11 double crochets from the second stitch, including the chain 3, you'll have 12 double crochets in total. Keep working like this until you have 5 rows for the strap. Now we're going to change colors, so don't finish the last double crochet completed using yellow yarn. Then make chain 3, turn your work and start crocheting 11 double crochets in the new color, working our both yellow yarn tail and the pink yarn at the base. At the end of the row, chain 3 again, turn your work and repeat the same process, but this time crochet all the pink yarn underneath the yellow stitches. Keep alternating colors like this until you've made 6 squares for the strap, or more or fewer, depending on how long you want the strap to be. Here's what one of my strap looks like. You can go ahead and cut the pink yarn close to the stitches, but leave a slightly longer tail of the yellow yarn. We'll use it to sew the strap to the back of the top. From this strap, skip 2 squares and attach the strap to the back, right above a pink square, using whatever sewing method works best for you. View in the tail and cut the yarn. Make the second strap the exact same way, just start from a pink square this time. And here's what my top looks like now. If you like how it looks already, you can stop here and wear it as it is, but I want to add a little edging to give it a more finished look. I'll use a yellow yarn for an edging along the entire bottom edge, neckline and armholes. I'm starting the edging from the back, right where the strap is. For each row on the strap, we are going to work the same combo. Insert your hook right into the middle of the stitch, not in the space between, but into the actual stitch itself. Pull up the loop, chain 1 and then into the same spot, make a single crochet. Grab the yarn, pull it out and crochet 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over, make double crochet into the same spot and another single crochet into the same spot. This is what it should look like. Then find the next row on the strap, insert your hook into the center of the stitch again and repeat. Single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, all in the same spot. Keep repeating this along the strap. I'll come back when we reach the front of the top. On the front and back of the top as well as along the bottom, we'll be doing the same stitch combo as before, but this time we'll skip 1 stitch between each set. So right now skip 1 and into the next stitch repeat the same combo, single crochet, double crochet and single crochet into the same stitch. Then again skip 1 stitch and repeat the same way. For the strap, keep working the edging the same way we did before, so this combo into each row. On the back, bottom and armholes areas follow the new pattern we are doing now, skipping 1 stitch between combos. At the very end we finish everything off with the slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the starting chain, make chain 1 and cut the yarn, and our top is done. This is the cute summer top we ended up with. You can easily wear it for the casual outfit or wear it to the beach. Personally, I really love how it looks on a beach vibe. So this is the top that we made with you today. As you can see, it's really simple and easy to crochet, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or DM me on my Instagram. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video and leave your comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, cuties!